God, it's been so many times since I recorded this. Alright, as you know, I'm not the type to sugarcoat anything or like make excuses for whatever, like the lack of something or why I'm not doing said thing. And this I've been trying to keep under wraps or just not just make a big deal out of it, but uh, okay, so to put it simple, like remember how I kept saying like I think it was like around last video, like part 7, where I basically said like I had like all the means necessary to just be like when the game initially tells me to just fuck off, like it wouldn't be able to record off the PS4 anymore. I had that covered because I got a PC. For some godforsaken reason, like after I was using it for like Sunday, like last Sunday, and I tried to turn on the next day, it would not power on. And at first I thought it was like, okay, maybe it's the power outlet, maybe it's the surge protector, something like that. But no, that wasn't the case because the monitor still worked, my speaker still worked, and the phantom power I used for like my condenser mic for said PC, that was all still working. It was just a hard drive that wouldn't work. So I spent like a few like I spent that entire day like searching out symptoms, like finding out what's wrong and what I needed to do, who I send it to, and then came Friday where I made an appointment with Geek Squad, and they basically told me to like they couldn't find an issue with like they said it's either the motherboard or it's the power supply that's wrong, and to send it to the manufacturer. And that same day, after I came back from them, I called the company and they basically told me they don't do that. They don't sell PCs like that. They're just, they provide it. And considering I got off Amazon, that just made things a hell of a lot worse and more difficult because getting in contact with like people who outside of Amazon is just like it's like trying to get in contact with a company that like outside of Walmart. You're probably it's gonna be a very fucking slippery slope. And me, I would just like because I went in thinking like okay that's like what 150 out the bucket just to if the power supply is the issue like that's it and anything else would cost like 300 around 400 and those are prices I'm not willing to pay just to like if that was the case I would just better off getting a new PC entirely and that seems to be like my only option at this point because I've yet to hear back from them so I'm whenever the manufacturer says like what to do next I'm gonna do. Like, if they tell me like there's nothing for me to do, you best believe I'm selling that shit or to like the whoever, which is or like I don't think I can find a way to salvage at all. Like I see no point where like I can just replace the power supply and that be it and that just solve everything. But no, I'm just like it's like I was because for the longest, I kept hearing horror stories of like, people building PCs and then just buying all the parts, and then when they got it, it wouldn't work, and then they just, barrel selling for like something pre-built. And I did that. I got a pre-built one, and just to avoid that shit from happening. And apparently, I was still in the wrong, and I'm because it sucks because this was basically used for like with COVID money, like with the whole like everybody gets a refund for like whatever, and like there was because I was thinking long term with this. Like I didn't want to keep relying on my laptop for to like post content, record stuff, etc., because like I pointed out like many times before, like the uncertainty of like when the damn thing wants to decide if it's gonna charge or not, and also the fact that it could have run, it wasn't like as effective to run things as my PC. It was just like it just raised like a whole bunch of problems and not a lot of compromises. And I was just like, I can't do that. Because again, the purpose of me getting this PC was like long term shit. Like even like content creator wise, like I want to go back to making stuff for my main channel and do more stuff for Red Anti-Hero Gaming, and also like work from home because I that same weekend like I literally caved in and got a web camera, so I was set. I was just like I had the means for everything. Like there's probably no way this could go wrong. Only for it to go wrong like immediately afterwards. So and that's what leads us to where we are now, where this isn't affecting Nier in any way, shape, or form. Like I've not abandoning the series. It's just gonna be put on hold because where I am right now, I'm just really frustrated right now. Like I'm frustrated to the point where I cannot bring myself to record because if I do that, I feel like I'm just gonna be, constantly venting my frustration out and anger out at the situation, and I don't want to do that. I don't want to, because this like I'm supposed to be enjoying this game. Like no matter what minor differences inconvenience happens like in the game or whatever, I should be using this like as something to enjoy and just relax, not something to like constantly be like use to vent my anger or frustrations out. Like yeah, that's not how I do things. I'd rather not try to do something when I'm actively angry or just irritated. So, and it's a shame too because there was so much I want to start that video with from like that Sunday I spent it on Discord, man. Like I spent just set it up on my Discord. Something I actively try to distance myself away from. Like I'm not for that. I'm not for like online interaction. But I spent that entire night just setting up like my channel for everything, and I was just gonna talk about it and just be like, hey guys, I spent the time, I set this up and got all these different channels and whatever, talk about these many topics, and just to see that just go to waste or just be left in another void that I don't even know myself that's gonna how this is gonna fix itself, or like how long it's gonna take to fix this, because yeah, this is it's gonna take a lot, man. I'm just at that point where I'm just like, was it really worth it to like set all that up just for it to like be swept away because of just one thing out of my control? Like not even I can see this happen because again, I was all set. The main thing I was set because the only time this happened for me was when my old XP monitor blew out. Like there was no turning that shit back on. It was like a power surge happened, that wasn't coming on. Like it was dead for all intents and purposes. That monitor was dead, and I thought it was like, okay, it's gonna be the same situation. Like the only thing I probably got worried about is like the monitor dying on me. No, the hard drive died on me, and I was just like, this was the most expensive part. Like, why does this die out first? And the fact that this came for like a place of a lot, and I mean a lot of money, and I was just like, I I had my brother give me this, and that was just because again, it was one of those situations where it's just like, hey, I could have claimed the thing, like the COVID release stuff, whatever, but he compromised, said like, okay, I'll get you this, and that's what happened. And to find out like the total amount he spent on it, and the fact that I have to get this replaced now, I was just like, yeah, if I would have known this, I would just said damn it all and just wouldn't have these on the parts, because no, man, no, I'm not paying that much to, get in the exact same situation again. Like, yeah, that I refuse for that to happen a second time. So, if I don't hear anything from the manufacturer, be like, oh, send it back, or just there's nothing we can do, then yes, this damn thing's getting sold, and we'll see from there. That's all I can say. Like, we will see from there, because as it stands right now, I'm not in the mood to do any of this. Like, I'm not, and this is supposed to be, again, like, since this is captured directly for the PS4, like, this shouldn't really be an issue. But again, my mind's not into this. Like, I've been feeling frustrated this entire week, and I feel like it's gonna prolong like, it's just gonna keep getting worse the more this is held off, and I'm not getting straight answers, like, other than like the obvious of like, well, go buy another one. So I'm really am sorry that you guys have to find out this way, that this is gonna happen for a while. Like, that's no ifs, ands, or buts. Like, only time will tell. And even then, like, I'm not abandoning this series. Like, that's just not me. Like, if I said straight up, like, I'm abandoning this because I'm not having fun, then you will know straight up that I'm not having fun. But this is one of those cases. I just want this situation to be solved with, and that's it. That's just a, like, good or bad. Like, I'm just gonna see this through to the end, and hope whatever happens doesn't really you know just it really is a sucky situation. Not gonna lie, but I'm hoping I can make the most of it. That's about it. But thank you guys for watching or listening, or whatever, if you just have to stumble upon this. So I do appreciate the support you guys give me, like, in the comments. Like, even the views, like, as minuscule as they are. So I just appreciate, like, for hearing me out. So hopefully the next time I come back to this or record something similar to this, that's good news about the situation. If not, like, I'm probably gonna make like a very passive aggressive tweet on Twitter. Feel free to find me on there. So yeah. Till next time.